One of the few perks of living down south is the fact that we can go racing almost all year round. So the track is only like 8 miles down the road. There's not much to say, guys. I'm gonna drive the car. Papa T is gonna follow me down there, and we're gonna see what happens. We'll be running 8th mile. It's just test and tune. They said they will be prepping the track. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna go down there for probably an hour, 2 hours, see if we can get 3 or 4 passes in, and then we're gonna come back home and talk about it. We are on the road, headed to Cottonwood Dragway. It's only, like I said, maybe like 8 miles away. It's just right down this road. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, well, why don't you go to the track more? Well, you know, sometimes it's just that way. But it's time we get the poop coop down here and see what this thing's gonna do. That good? Yeah, that's good. So we're here at the track, and one of the cars that Papa T painted, John Deere Green, shows up, and yeah, I think it's kind of cool. You painted that car, what, about a year and a half ago?
Yeah, about that.
Something like that, yeah. Well, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about today. Sorry for the wind. Not much I can do. We got Memphis in the house. We got the poop coop. They're about to go ahead. They're dragging the track now, so we should get started pretty soon. Let's talk about expectations and what the car's got done. So right now, we don't have nitrous on the car at the moment. I made a post, and I didn't mean to mislead anybody, but it was a joke. We're not dragging the bumper today. All motor, this is a stock motor, okay? It's got an M41 camshaft, headers, and a carburetor, intake. I mean, that's what it's got, nothing else. 14 gears. We removed the EGR bump in the heads. They're stock heads. I feel like today, this car will probably run 820 is what I'd like to see. I think the car's capable of going 790. But it's cold, I don't know. I mean, this car doesn't make a lot of power, but to get it to run the 780, 790, you're gonna have to pretty much leave on the rev limiter, and I don't know if the tires will hold today. We'll see. We're at 20 PSI right now, which is extremely high on the tires, but we want to try that, see if it'll hook, and if not, we'll start working our way down. Anyway, we're here at Cottonwood Dragway. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. I hope to get about 5 or 6 runs in today. There's not a lot of people here early in the morning still. See y'all then. We'll see what it does. Yeah, it's sticky. Well, first try. Got reverse. Got first. I don't know. I'm gonna ease it around up there and see what happens. So I may have snatched it out of gear. We'll take it down here on the return road and hit it and see, but very well could have snatched it out of gear because everything seems to be fine and nothing should have broke. So we'll make a quick hit, see what happens. Get up here past everybody. Got second. something else just happened. It just died. Well, guys, that's why it's called test and tune. So we'll see what happened under the hood. Well, we have no fire, so check over here in this kick panel. The car just literally died. All right, y'all, we'll figure it out. All right, so we are headed back to the house to go get the trailer, but I'm gonna grab my extra computer that I've got and a coil, and I think I snatched something under the dash loose whenever I went to grab second gear. So I must have snatched it out of gear because I took it back around and everything was fine. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go make another pass, and then I took it down the return road. I hit second gear and the car died. Something had to happen. Like, that coincidence that's not like a coil or a computer typically. More than likely something under the dash got pulled underneath the clutch pedal or something whenever I went to, you know, shift into second. All right, we're gonna go get the trailer, come back, and maybe if I can get it to start up, I'll go ahead and make a pass before we leave. We're kind of in a rush today. We don't have all day. We got everybody coming over, the family. We're gonna watch some football today, and we got to start cooking and go to the store, so we got like 2 hours. Anyway, catch you guys in. Look at that, we got Caesar in the house. He coming out here to check on us, see what's going on. So look, here's the deal, y'all. It didn't work out today. It is what it is. We had to load it up. We tried the new computer, new coil, a couple other different things. We just couldn't get it to fire. So something somewhere is causing the computer not to send fire. So we'll figure it out once we get home. I hate that it turned out the way that it did. It is what it is. Sometimes it be that way. Caesar, you ain't never had no problems at the track, though, have you?
Not too many.
You ain't supposed to say that. You're supposed to say, yeah, man, it happens.
Yeah, if something happened, I loaded up.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
loaded up in the air.
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head back to the house and live to fight another day. I don't know. So see you guys when we get back. Well, there you go, guys. Put a new distributor in off the Calypso. That was not the problem. Way back up in there, dangling. The EEC relay. That's what did it. So after all this time, I snatched one out of the gray car and it's working. So we just don't have time to go back to the track. We have time. The track's still open for a while, but we've got everybody coming over for game day. I'm just gonna have to take this one, guys. I'm just gonna have to look like a clown, I guess, once again on YouTube. There's not much I can do about it. I'd love to go back and put a number down, but it ain't gonna happen. So we're gonna get this thing off the trailer and we'll talk about it some more. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. This failed attempt at taking this car to the track and getting some good times. It didn't work out the way we wanted to, but it's okay. You know, to be honest with you guys, I'm a little upset with myself. I'm a tad bit embarrassed. I mean, you know, you want to go to the track, you want to make a good showing, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So you're gonna have failed attempts in life. It's just the way it goes. This sucked. This is our second time out in a few years. I mean, like, we took the Calypso out, and I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, whenever it was, took the Calypso out and had issues with it, and it sucked. And I always wanted to go back and make it right, but I wasn't able to before we changed the setup. But with that being said, let's go over what actually happened. And this will be a reminder to you guys if you're going to the track. Make sure you're paying attention to this type stuff. You know, we preach track prep and dyno prep and things like that for a reason. And honestly, I usually abide by those things pretty good, but I let something slip. I really didn't notice it until the day of, but this seat is, I guess, broken or something. See how that side of the seat over there moves? Anyway, what I didn't take into account was the car hooking as hard as it did and slinging me back. Car come back, my hand must have pulled it out of gear. But here's what I'm trying to say. Make sure that your car is in order. You know, things like this, that's fine to drive around on the street. You know, your seat leans back a little bit, got the old Fox body gangsta lean. You know, it's okay to drive a car around like that on the street, maybe a little bit, but if you're gonna go to the track, this is where a race seat comes in. This is where I need some type of cheap eBay race seat or something, and, you know, a roll bar, you know, a cage, something to really mount the seat to keep it from bending, because the car actually surprised me and hooked way harder than I thought it would. Anyway, With that being said, guys, we're gonna live to fight another day in the poop coop. It is what it is. So stay tuned. It looks like we'll be down to just making draggy passes on the street. We'll see if we can get this thing a little quicker than an 845 on the street. Before we go, I want to give you guys a quick tip on EEC relays and what you can purchase. That's a lot cheaper. So here's your factory relay here. As you can see, it's broken, but this is your factory EEC relay. Supposedly the same as wide open throttle, AC cutoff, and all that type stuff. Let me show you what I found at O'Reilly's that works. They look completely different, right? I say completely different, but this one's a 5-prong. It doesn't have the little tab over here. It doesn't have those little tabs at the bottom. What I can tell you though is these are actually pretty much the same. They work. Here's your part number if you guys are looking for a cheap EEC relay. I think this thing was only 12 bucks. There you go. Save yourself some time and some headache. You don't have to wait and order one of these things. You can find them at your local auto parts store. And just to show you, here's the relay location. I'll go ahead and pop this thing in one-handed for you just to show you. There you go. We'll go start the car.